Okay, this is lesson 4 of the Master Key System by Charles Haanel. In here, he talks about what is I? Who am I? I is not this physical body that we are in. I is not our minds. I is something more than that. I is spiritual, because when we pass on, our energies will go on. We are still going to be part of the universal consciousness. We are still going to be connected with all. Our bodies and our minds are just a tool of the I. So, also in this, he talks about that a lot of people don't understand how to use the mind or the I correctly. A lot of times we will wish for things for selfish reasons. And that is, he says that is the result of an infantile mind. He says that when the mind becomes mature, it understands that the germ of defeat is in every selfish request or act or thought. The mind, the trained mind, understands that everything that you desire and create affects everyone else around you, because we are all one with the universal mind and universal consciousness. If we understand that everything we do affects everybody around us, and we just want, really, we want everybody to be happy, don't we? We want to be happy. I want everybody around me to be happy. So when we understand that, we benefit more from it in our manifestations. So he says also, the most powerful affirmation is the affirmation that says, I can be what I will to be. And he says to say that often. He says to say it morning, noon, and night, whenever you can think of it. Because it's the most important thing. He says if you can't do this, then you might as well just stop now. Because you have to understand that you can do whatever it is that you will to do. Know that you control everything in your life. Understand that. He also says that just because we say not to wish for things selfishly, we should not live in self-denial, because that's not successful. That's not success. He says that we cannot give unless we get. And we cannot help unless we're strong. And the infinite is not bankrupt, so neither should we be. And if we wish to be of service to others, we must have power and more power. To get it, we must give it. We must be of service. The more that we give, the more we shall receive. And he says that we are the channels of this universal energy, and that the universe is constantly seeking to express itself, and the universe notices or realizes certain energies in certain people, our big old energy bars, and knows that those people are the ones that are going to be the catalysts for things, for change. So the universe wants, what we want, and it magnetizes itself to those people that have all this energy. So it's good. It's good to be of service. The universe wants to help you and give you more stuff so that you can continue to be good and be of service to other people. So just an example of service to others, and totally unintentionally. I guess intentionally, but unintentionally, and subconsciously. The other day, I stayed up way too late, and because I was editing that long, the last vlog, and I was editing it because it was like a half an hour, and that's too long for anybody, so I don't want to do that to y'all. So I will say that I stayed up way too late, and then after that I started to have a conversation with somebody that shocked me a little bit. So I was having trouble sleeping. So I think I got like 2 hours of sleep that night. When I was walking to work from my car, I was thinking, gosh, I cannot wait to get that triple shot of espresso inside my caramel macchiato. And I was thinking, gosh, I don't think I can make it throughout the whole day. Oh, I hope somebody buys me another coffee or caramel macchiato so I can, stay alive for the rest of the day. Well, a couple weeks before that, I was doing my boss asked me to do a project for work, and he asked me for a bunch of ideas, and then he came out and said, okay, you're in charge because you got a lot of ideas. And what I told him is that there's something good about everybody that we work with, and it would be really nice if we could express that to them and make them feel really good about themselves, and because there's something good about everybody here. So what I did was I went out and bought all these little hearts, because I wrote something nice about everybody that I worked with, and there's about 130 people there. And like I wrote things like, well, one woman, I said that if you ever need to pray, you can always go to her and she will listen and she'll pray with you. And the reason I said that is because I was in her area and I was talking to a few people a few months ago, and I heard her talking to somebody else about, are you going to call in at 5:30 in the morning? And then I heard her on another day say, hey, when are you going to call in? Are you going to call in 5:30? And then maybe a week or two later, I asked somebody, what is she talking about? People getting up at 5:30 in the morning and calling somewhere. What is that about? What are they doing at 5:30 in the morning? Well, it turns out she has like a prayer group that is over the telephone, and they do like a conference call to a bunch of people, and they all pray together at 5:30 in the morning before they get ready for work. So I thought, gosh, I'm going to put that on her heart, that she'll pray with people if they really need it. That's really nice. So I wrote little things like this for like 130 people. Well, another lady saw me whenever I brought the little hearts. I had them laminated, and when I brought them back from the laminating, I was going to cut them out, so I had all these big sheets, and she said, what do you got there? And I said, oh, little hearts that I wrote nice things about people, and I'm going to hang them all around where we work. And she said, let me see what my heart says. And I said, okay. And for her, I put a few sentences, but the first sentence was, she listens with a knowing. And what I meant by that was that you can go to her and talk to her about anything, and she won't judge you, and she won't try to make you feel bad. She'll just listen. And sometimes we just need friends that'll just listen, sometimes. So she said, what kind of coffee do you drink? I always see you down at the coffee line. And I was like, caramel macchiato. This was a couple weeks ago, not the sleepy day. And she wrote it down on a note, and I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, oh, that's nice. That's nice of her. I never thought that she would ever do something like that, buy me coffee. But don't you know, that day I was so tired. 4:30 rolls around, and she pops in, and she says, hey, don't go anywhere, because I was about to leave. And I was like, okay, I'm so tired. And she came back about 15 minutes later, and she had me a caramel macchiato. And that felt really good. Not because of the caffeine and that I was tired. It felt really good because she wanted to do something nice for me. And it felt good in my heart. And she did that because I made her feel good in her heart. So when we do things unselfishly, you benefit from it. You can benefit from it. And I didn't think 2 weeks before that if I wrote a heart about her, that she would go and buy me free coffee at some point. So it wasn't intentional, but the universe knew that I should be rewarded. And it was needed. And I thank you, universe. And I thank you, lady at work. You are so wonderful. And everybody I work with is just wonderful. So what I'm saying in this lesson is that just do good things, and good things will happen to you. Give, and you will receive. It says in here, you get what you give. So don't be selfish. But he also says self-denial is not good. So say what you want, but continue to do good things for other people too. And the universe rewards you for that. So far that's lesson 4. The activity.